So let's talk about developing a calendar plan for a year of ministry. This is a very practical tutorial. So what we're going to talk about are thinking about what dates we need to avoid when writing a calendar. Secondly, what significant dates do we want to include in our calendar plan? And then third, deciding on a rhythm for how our calendar is going to be based. A prelude to this masterclass is developing a vision for a year of ministry. So that's really helpful before starting this one. All right, so it's day one, you're in your ministry context, and it's time to map out your calendar plan for the year, okay? So think about who your team is, who you need to get around you, and start to jot out together what are the dates that we need to avoid as we map out this year of ministry. So think about public holidays, school holidays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, all these sorts of things. Because these are sorts of days that are going to conflict with the interest of our young people, but also you need a break too. So you should probably take Mother's Day off. Go call your mum. Enjoy it. So those are some of the things to avoid when we're mapping out a year of ministry. Jot them down in a Word document, have them listed out in front of you, and then begin to query people in your context as well. Ask your parish priests, ask your secretaries, ask those sorts of people in your ministry, are there any other significant dates that I need to avoid this year? So just have them jotted down in a Word document and ready to go. As a team, let's now map out together what are the significant dates that I need to include in my year of ministry. So again, it might be helpful to have that Word document or piece of paper in front of you as you write these things down. Have it all right in front of you. And so one of the first things we want to really consider, when are the liturgical seasons within the church year? So we've got Lent, Easter, Pentecost, Ordinary Time, Advent, and so write out those dates. When do they start? When do they end? Secondly, I want you to include the significant feast days and events that might be happening within your parish community. So one to really consider is the feast day of your parish patron saint. And then with all the rest, it'd be really helpful if you went to your parish secretary and your parish priests and those involved and ask them, what are some really significant dates that you want me to include in this year of ministry? Are there things that you want me to build my ministry events around? So the third part is to decide on a rhythm. So when we're looking at a rhythm for our ministry for the year, this may be dependent on how we actually choose those dates, whether it's the liturgical dates or the feast days and that sort of thing. And that might actually make a really big impact on how we choose the dates. But at the end of the day, what we want to get down to is a regular rhythm. Is this group, is the ministry, is the context of the people, are they able to meet weekly? Is it fortnightly? Is it once a month? Is it picking second and fourth Sundays of the month, keeping in mind that some months have 5 Sundays? So as a team, decide together, what is the frequency in which we want to gather with our ministry? So decide on your rhythm, and then avoiding your dates and keeping in mind the integral dates that you want to include. Take the rhythm, take those 2 documents and start to map out what that year looks like.